One. Welcome everyone, I'm Jess Altieri, aka Jess, the CEO and certified sommelier of Wine Channel TV, and today we're getting ready for the second annual New Zealand Wine Day on behalf of Complexity Fine Wines. The event will actually be taking place February 4th at the Kenmore Live Studios right here in Chicago and online around the world. And Complexity, in case you aren't aware, brings together 21 of New Zealand's great wineries. And today I'm lucky enough to be joined by Clive Dougall of Seresin, who's live in New Zealand. Great to see you again, Clive. How's things in New Zealand?
Things are pretty good, thanks, Jess. It's really good to see you too. Things are going well. It's pretty cold at the moment. It's meant to be our summer, but it's not that hot. But it's all good here. We're still happy, still smiling.
Hey, I'm sure it's a lot warmer than freezing Chicago right now, where we're getting snow. So.
I guess it is. Yeah. I don't pity you guys at all.
And wait, I have to give you a shout out because I love your T-shirt. That looks fantastic. That's from last year's event. So in case anyone wants to know what you'll be getting,
I wear it all the time. Thank you very much.
I love that T-shirt.
It's pure coincidence, by the way.
What's that?
I said it's pure coincidence. It wasn't that well planned. I'm not that smart, but it was just pure luck.
It's meant to be. But in case people aren't aware of who you are, just tell us a little bit about yourself and I guess where your passion for wine really came from.
Sure. I'm the winemaker at Seresin Estate. We're a biodynamic producer in Marlborough. I guess we specialise in Pinot Noir and Sauvignon Blanc, of course. I'm English, if you hadn't picked that up already. Maybe you're finding it easier to understand me than most of the Kiwis in the New Zealand Wine Day. I'm not sure. But I fell in love with wine at 18 and I'm 38 now, so I'm in my 20th year of working with wine or selling wine or making wine. So I've been at Seresin for 6 years now.
That's fantastic. And so I guess talk to us a little bit about your wines and, because I know they're so unique and wonderful. Tell us what makes them so, I would say, unique.
Yeah, as I said before, we come from we farm biodynamically, and we're not just a marketing biodynamic company. We're a fully certified Demeter property. The grapes that we grow are just of amazing quality. We've got an owner that wants to make great wine, rather than just make money. And so all of that added up means that the fruit that we get delivered to the winery is amazing. And if I sort of treat it traditionally and make it in a traditional way and sort of eschew the modern winemaking style, I believe I can really bring some interest to some new world fruit, sort of mix a bit of the old and the new world together and kind of, I think, sort of hit that sweet spot, I think, where people are getting fruit power, but complexity of old world sort of rusticness and a bit of funkiness, so that's kind of what I'm trying to do, so that's, I guess, what makes it unique.
And you mentioned organic. I know that's a big term right now, and especially biodynamic. Can you talk to us about some of what's going on at the winery with being organic and biodynamic?
Yeah, as I said, we're fully certified biodynamic and organic as a winery, as a vineyard. The wines aren't certified in America for many reasons that we haven't got time to talk about now, but mainly from the American end. But what we've got going on, we're using horses in our vineyard now to try to replace tractors again. We've got 2 big Clydesdale horses, massive animals, incredibly amazing animals. They just take your breath away. They're so gentle but powerful. We've got milking cows because we need the cow poo, literally, and we don't need the milk, so we get to take home raw milk every day if we want. And we've got chickens running around everywhere because we want the eggshells, for our biodynamic preparations, and so we get to take the eggs home as long as we bring the shells home. So it's a very holistic farming practice. It's like a working farm, we try to feed the people as well as the land a little bit. So, it's a pretty special place. It's very forward thinking. We're very lucky to have the size on our, we're not a massive winery, but we're not tiny either. We're in the middle there. And so we've got the economies of scale to make biodynamics work well, whereas sometimes, you're neither one or the other. When you're too small, you can't invest enough. When you're too big, you can't make it work. But we're the right size to make it work really well. And a lot of people are really noticing us now. Just as a quick plug, Jancis Robinson now has an essay on Seresin on her website, which they use to teach the Masters of Wine about biodynamics. So that's how serious we are. It's not They don't use Domaine Leflèvre or Domaine de la Romilly Conti. They're using Seresin Estate, which is pretty amazing. So we're sort of at the moment being lauded as, if not the most, but one of the most complete biodynamic properties in the world by the writers. So it's pretty exciting.
That's incredible. Congratulations, by the way. And then you mentioned how your winery is not incredibly large, not incredibly small. So can you talk to us about the varietals that you grow at your winery?
Yeah, we're a bit unusual being from Marlborough that we're not, very close to 100% Sauvignon Blanc. We're probably about 50% Sauvignon, 25% Pinot Noir, and then we make the rest split. The other 25% is split up between Viognier, Pinot Gris, Riesling. I make Méthode Champenoise. I get a bit. I make co-fermented white wines, 7 Pinot Noirs. It's kind of a bit out there, but we make about 25 wines from this small property.
That's amazing. And I need to know, with the holidays approaching, do you have any favorite New Zealand food and wine pairings?
It's not really the sort of thing that you guys are going to be able to copy in at this time of year for you because it's our summer. But right. I really love, seafood from local seafood, like we call them scallops. I think you might call them scallops. Scallops, right. And we have lobster and crayfish here, and it's a perfect mix for. I'm a big Chardonnay fan, and I like Chardonnays with some acidity that you can produce in New Zealand. So my favourite summer thing is probably scallops and Chardonnay, I'd say, or maybe lobster and Chardonnay. Just for
either one sounds delicious and perfect.
Yeah, and I collect them myself as well.
And so with New Zealand Wine Day coming up, and this is your second year participating, just tell us a little bit about your relationship, with Complexity and some of the great benefits that you've seen of really working with them over the years.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to judge, but there's been lots of great little feedback things, and most recently I think the most amazing connection that I had, or maybe the most successful connection we had with Complexity was when I visited New York about 2 months ago, and I did a tasting sort of thing at the Macy's cooking school with Janet there at Degustibus, and it was brilliant. We were with the chef Seresin, who's an Indian guy who owns a couple of restaurants in New York, and he owns a farm there, and his farm is pretty similar to our farm in respect he grows food for his restaurant, and we had a great connection, him and I, and ever since then we've been emailing each other a lot, and he wants to sort of act as an ambassador for us and list our wines, and he said, how can we create some magic together when you're next here? So, just through Complexity we've created not only more business in his restaurants, but made some connections that I think are going to, help us build our business even more. So it was quite exciting, really.
And I have to give a shout out. You mentioned to Janet Pouchot and to Morag and the whole team, because they do a wonderful job day in and day out.
Yeah.
That's what makes this all happen.
They do. It's not called Complexity for no reason. It's a complex model that she's got to manage. So many wineries and different distributors, but she does a great job, and it's something that Seresin are committed to, and we're proud to be part of it. And I mean, America for us is a very important market, and still it's going really well, and we're getting more and more results, not just financially, but marketing-wise as well. It's exciting for us to be part of there, and it's certainly one of my focuses is to spend a bit more time there. So.
I couldn't agree more. And then, so on a closing note, will you be joining us in Chicago, or will I be joining you virtually on February 4th for New Zealand Wine Day?
You'll be joining me virtually, I'm afraid. Yeah, absolutely. We can't make it then. It's like my build-up towards vintage. It's just not a good time for us. So
no worries.
No chance.
So that's all right, because we'll see you again and everyone else. The second annual New Zealand Wine Day is February 4th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And for more information, everyone can visit complexity.co.nz online or the Complexity Facebook page. Thank you again so much, Clive, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Cheers to you. I haven't even got a glass. It's the morning.
That's all right. I'll forgive you. Talk to you soon.
Thanks. Okay.